Every day you delay fixing your money, someone else's AI is stealing your future wealth. Not tomorrow, not next year, right now. If you think your future self will catch up later, you're already behind. Stay with me, because in the next 3 minutes, I'll prove it. Everyone has a version of themselves they trust a little too much. You know the one. Future me. Future me will save money. Future me will invest. Future me will figure it out. So today, you do nothing. And that feels harmless. But here's the problem no one tells you. While you're waiting for a better time, AI-powered tools are already making money decisions for other people. Automatically, relentlessly, every single day. This isn't laziness. It's a mindset trap. You delay action because you believe your future self will be smarter, calmer, and more disciplined. But wealth doesn't wait for motivation. Every day you postpone, the gap grows between what could be happening with your money and what actually is. Future me syndrome doesn't feel dangerous. That's why it works. And by the time you notice it, it's already cost you years. Future me syndrome is simple but brutal. It's the belief that later you will handle money better than present you. So present you delays. You delay investing. You delay optimizing. You delay learning. Meanwhile, algorithms don't delay. AI systems are already rebalancing portfolios, tracking expenses, optimizing savings, and spotting opportunities in real time. No emotions, no procrastination. But future me syndrome convinces you that action can wait, even though the tools to make action easy already exist. Here's the irony. You assume your future self will magically be more disciplined, yet you deny that future self the advantage of starting early. You don't fall behind because you're bad with money. You fall behind because you pause while others compound. And compounding doesn't care about intentions, only time. This syndrome isn't about finance. It's about identity, and it quietly decides who wins. The most dangerous lie about financial procrastination is this, that nothing bad is happening yet. But the damage doesn't start later. It starts now. Every month you don't act, your money sits still while other people's money gets smarter. AI-driven systems don't just grow faster, they remove human hesitation. They save automatically. They adjust instantly. They exploit small advantages repeatedly. And while you wait for clarity, the gap between your potential wealth and your actual wealth widens. Not dramatically, quietly. That's why it's hard to notice. There's no alarm, no warning. Just a slow erosion of what could have been yours. Future me syndrome doesn't steal money loudly. It steals time. And time is the one asset even AI can't replace. What you don't start today can never fully be recovered tomorrow. Your brain is not broken. It's just wired for comfort. Present bias means this. Your mind values today's pleasure more than tomorrow's security. Saving money feels boring. Spending money feels good. So even when AI tools make investing simple, automatic, and low effort, your brain still chooses later. Not because later is smarter, but because later feels painless. Here's the twist. The brain treats future rewards like they're less real. So financial freedom someday feels abstract, while a purchase today feels tangible. AI removes complexity, but it can't override psychology unless you let it. That's why people with access to the same tools get wildly different results. The real enemy isn't lack of information, it's the instinct to delay discomfort. And present bias quietly convinces you that waiting is harmless, even when waiting is the most expensive choice you can make. Another trap keeps people stuck longer than they realize. It's called the planning fallacy. You underestimate how easy action actually is and overestimate how hard it will feel. So you tell yourself, I'll handle this when I have more time. But modern AI tools already do the hard parts. Tracking, calculating, optimizing, reminding what you're really avoiding isn't effort. It's emotion. Money decisions bring anxiety, fear of making mistakes, fear of seeing the truth. So procrastination becomes protection. You delay not because you can't act, but because acting forces clarity. AI exposes patterns, spending habits, missed opportunities, and clarity is uncomfortable. But avoidance has a cost. Every month you don't look, your finances drift without direction, not because you chose badly, but because you chose not to choose at all. Imagine two timelines. In the first, you delay for 1 year. You do nothing. Your money stays quiet. In the second, AI-driven tools invest small amounts automatically. Nothing dramatic, just consistent. The difference after 1 year feels small. That's why people ignore it. But compounding doesn't announce itself early. It whispers. Missed contributions, missed market exposure, missed optimizations. AI systems amplify time. They turn consistency into momentum. So when you delay, you're not just losing returns, you're losing multipliers. This is how wealth is stolen without force. No crash, no mistake, just hesitation. The scariest part? You'll never feel the loss in the moment. You'll only feel it later when you realize how much faster things could have grown. And by then, time has already moved on. Let's make this real. Imagine two people earning the same income, same age, same potential. One delays investing for 5 years. The other starts small, automated, boring, consistent, no luck, no genius moves, just time. Those 5 years don't just disappear. They compound. AI-optimized models show that early, small investments often outperform larger, late ones, not because of money, but because of exposure. While one person waits to feel ready, the other lets algorithms rebalance, reinvest, and optimize quietly in the background. The delayed investor didn't lose money actively. They lost growth that never had a chance to exist. That's the robbery. Not dramatic, not obvious. Just missing years where money could have been working while life was busy. And compounding is cruel like that. It never gives refunds for late starts. Now look at the leaks most people ignore. Unused subscriptions, high interest debt, small fees repeated monthly. Individually, they feel harmless. Together, they quietly drain thousands. When people procrastinate reviewing finances, they assume the damage is minimal. But AI expense tracking tools regularly uncover savings people didn't even realize they were losing every single month. Debt optimization algorithms show how reordering payments can shave years off repayment timelines. But if you delay checking, the system keeps charging. Interest keeps compounding. Subscriptions keep renewing. Future me syndrome convinces you this can wait. Meanwhile, money is actively leaving your account on autopilot, not because you chose badly, but because you didn't interrupt the pattern. The robbery isn't one big mistake. It's dozens of small ones left unattended for too long. Here's the hardest truth. The biggest loss isn't what you paid. It's what you could have gained. Opportunity cost is invisible. That's why it hurts the most. AI-driven portfolio rebalancing and algorithmic strategies constantly adapt to markets. They don't wait for confidence. They don't hesitate. When you delay, you don't just miss returns, you miss adaptation. Markets move. Opportunities shift. Momentum builds without you. So when people say, I didn't lose money, they're usually wrong. They lost positioning. They lost timing. They lost optionality. Future me syndrome doesn't empty your account overnight. It slowly narrows your future choices. And by the time you act, the best doors have already closed. The fastest way to beat procrastination isn't motivation. It's friction removal. Big plans scare the brain. Small actions slip past it. That's why micro habits work. Automated savings, weekly 5-minute check-ins, AI apps that scan spending and suggest one clear improvement, not 10, just one. When systems run in the background, discipline becomes optional. You don't decide every month, the decision is already made. This is how top performers win quietly. They don't rely on willpower. They design environments. AI turns consistency into default behavior. No drama, no stress. The goal isn't perfection. It's momentum. Because once money starts moving in the right direction, the brain stops resisting. Small actions today don't feel impressive, but they stack. And stacking beats waiting every time. Here's the mindset flip that changes everything. Future you isn't smarter. Future you is grateful. Grateful that present you acted early. When you delay, you're not being patient, you're outsourcing responsibility. But when you act now, even in small ways, you give future you leverage. AI-assisted tools don't just grow money, They create clarity. You see patterns. You understand choices. You feel in control. That changes identity. You stop thinking like someone trying to manage money and start thinking like someone who already does. Future me syndrome breaks when you connect today's action to tomorrow's relief. Not wealth someday, peace sooner. The best gift you give your future self isn't a perfect plan. It's proof that you started. Most people fail alone. Top performers don't. They use external accountability. AI-powered advisors send nudges when behavior drifts. Dashboards show progress visually. Peer platforms normalize consistency. This isn't weakness, it's strategy. When reminders are automatic, guilt disappears. Momentum replaces motivation. Accountability turns intention into action, and action compounds. You don't need pressure. You need structure. Once tracking becomes visible, procrastination loses power. Because now, ignoring money feels louder than managing it. Future me syndrome survives in silence. Accountability breaks it with light. And once systems are in place, progress becomes inevitable, even on busy days. December 2025 and January 2026 mark a turning point in personal finance. AI advancements are no longer experimental. They are mainstream, accessible, and powerful. Tools that once belonged only to professional investors are now available on your phone. They can analyze spending patterns, forecast market trends, and automate savings with precision. Acting now matters because every delay means missing out on compounding gains. Imagine two people. One starts using AI-driven savings in January 2026, while the other waits until 2027. The early adopter benefits from an extra year of automated growth, fee reduction, and optimized investments. That single year can translate into thousands of dollars over time. The urgency is real. The window to get ahead is open now. The power of compounding is magnified when combined with AI. Traditional investing already rewards early action, but AI tools accelerate the curve. They automatically reinvest dividends, rebalance portfolios, and identify hidden savings. This means your money doesn't just grow, it grows smarter. Consider someone who invests $500 a month starting in January 2026. With average returns, they might expect steady growth. But with AI optimization, reducing fees, reallocating funds, and spotting opportunities, the same contributions could generate significantly higher returns. Over 10 years, the difference between manual investing and AI-assisted investing could be tens of thousands of dollars. Early adoption creates an exponential wealth curve where each month of action multiplies future benefits. Consistent action today is the greatest gift you can give your future self. By combining discipline with smart AI strategies, you set up inevitable wealth and peace of mind. Imagine your future self in 2036. If you start now, they will have a decade of automated savings, optimized investments, and reduced financial stress. If you wait, they will still be struggling to catch up. AI wealth tools make this empowerment practical. They send personalized nudges, forecast long-term outcomes, and automate complex decisions. Instead of worrying about whether you're making the right move, you can trust the system to guide you. The result is financial dominance in the AI age, not because you worked harder, but because you acted earlier and let technology amplify your effort. Your future self doesn't need promises. They need action today. And with the tools available in 2026, that action is easier, smarter, and more powerful than ever before.